Good afternoon, gang. All right, road trip again. Out running around doing errands, go figure. So, if you saw this morning, our illustrious leader said he is going to release 1,000,000 barrels of oil a day from the Strategic Petroleum, or a month from the Strategic Petroleum Reserve. Maybe it was a day, or one of the two. Okay. In the effort to drive gas prices down. Wonderful. Okay. Now, there's all sorts of rumors out there that quietly behind the scenes that Biden is allowing these oil companies to drill on public lands, even though, the environmentalists go nuts if they knew it. Don't have anything to back that up, just some rumors I'm hearing. But the interesting part comes to this. Being preppers, we all know the phrase, 2 is 1 and 1 is none, right? Well, we've shut down all the backups. We can't do Keystone Pipeline, so we're having, it makes it a lot more difficult to get oil from Canada or anything of the sort. So, everything's got to come on tankers or go by rail or whatever. So, limiting the amount of energy that we could get. Easiest thing to do? Hey, if Keystone was up and running, because if he wouldn't have shut it down, it'd be done by now. We'd be pumping oil from Canada and maybe not be paying $3.99 a gallon like I paid half an hour ago. But so the funny part comes to this. All right, now you take a look at Europe. If you have heard anything, Europe is right now seeing 7% inflation since the beginning of the Ukraine war. All right, so in little less than 5 weeks, since February 24th, 7% inflation in Europe. And you had a German chancellor come out the other day and told the Germans, wear an extra sweater. That's their solution to lack of fuel, lack of heating oil. Okay, granted, we're coming into summer, whatever it would be. Here's the problem, and this is why I have zero sympathy, and not only for Germany, but for the United States as well. I mean, because of our government. Germany's government decided to shut down all their nuclear facilities, shut down all their coal burning facilities, and be totally reliant, for the most part, on Russian natural gas. Right? 40% of Europe runs off of Russian natural gas. Wonderful. Now, do you ever think of this? It's, why would you tie yourself to a country that has a different economic philosophy than you do? All right? Granted, Russia's gotten to be a lot more free in the last 30 years, but still, I wouldn't call Russia the shining city on a hill of democracy. So Germany basically became a one-trick pony. So much for 2 is 1 and 1 is none. Now you look at China. China's smart about this. China's got pipelines from Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, North Africa, Myanmar, and Russia. If one of them, if they have a pissing match with one of those countries and they can't get oil, they go, we don't care. We've got 4 others. Europe said, gee, we want everything from Russia. Now, explain this. If China can get fuel oil, petroleum products, whatever you want, from North Africa, think of how far North Africa is all the way to China. Why the hell can't Europe? Oh, gee, we'd have to put a pipeline in. Run it through Greece. The Greeks would do anything for money. Their economy has been in such shambles for the last 10 years. They do anything for money. But nobody gave that a thought. We have to get rid of fossil fuels. We have to get rid of polluting energy or whatever. Well, yeah, now it's come to bite you in the ass. Now you don't have anything, right? This is where we have the problem. We here in the States. 30 years ago, we decided to start shipping all our manufacturing to China. A little bit to Mexico, a little bit to Vietnam, but 80% of our manufacturing comes out of China. China pisses us off. We're in the same boat that Europe is right now with oil. Let's talk about medicine. 80 to 90% of our medicine comes from China via India, or India via China. Okay. I think we kind of need medicine. What is it? 80% of the American public is on some sort of medication, right? Granted, now we can get into the fact that, there's a abbreviation, acronym for anything, and doctors just start making up new diseases to write a script for. But what happens when that dries up? We don't have anywhere else to get it. Sure, you can go say, well, I get it from my Canadian pharmacy. Where the hell does a Canadian pharmacy get it from? China or India? Okay, so there's the problem in lies. 2 is 1 and 1 is none. The Western world, in chase of the almighty dollar or the almighty euro, outsourced all their manufacturing, all their oil, all their medicine, you name it, to countries that do not have the same economic or political philosophy that they do. It was inevitable one day that there was going to be, let's just put it this way, a difference of opinion, okay? And now all of a sudden you're left holding the bag. Germany's like, well, we'll concentrate on our wind power or our solar power, and that's where we're going to go. Look how well that did for them last winter, right? You freezing people. What have I told you guys about us going that way? Gee, just if we had all the cars in the United States be electric, we'd have to cover the entire state of Utah and Nevada with solar panels. Okay, it ain't happening. I don't care. They can say whatever they want about 2030, 2050, 2500. I don't care. It's not possible. So, all these politicians that are selling us out to pad their pockets, it's directly affecting us. What are we doing? We, as the individuals we are, to make sure we have the 2 is 1 and not the 1 is none. We talk about solar energy for our house, backup generators. We talk about stocking fuel. We talk about having firewood. In some places, there's a couple of you guys who've told me about having coal burning furnaces in your house. Those are the things that are going to set us apart when this all goes to shit. Because the Chinese were smart enough to spread their risk around to other countries. The days when I was a broker, okay, one of the things we always told clients to do, spread your risk around. You don't put all your money in Microsoft and say, okay, I'm gonna sink or swim with Microsoft. You bought multiple different stocks or multiple different mutual funds or whatever it would be. So you were diversified. This is the problem. The Western world did not diversify. Nothing. And now, because of what's going on, we're all going to pay the price. It's up to us to make sure we, as individuals, are diversified, because God knows our government never thought about how to do that. Have a good one.